So let's start another class, new Java class. Triangle area. Call this. And public static. That will find the area of a triangle, but I want to use methods here too. So you get to see now we're going to return a value. So this one will find the area of a triangle. Any triangle. Doesn't have to be a right triangle. You don't have to have the height of it and the base, any one of them. And the way you find the area of any triangle, first what you need to do is calculate S. And S is equal to, you add the three sides, A plus B plus C. You add them and divide it by 2. And the area is equal to the square root, SQRT, the square root of what? This is not the program itself, so this you get to see it. S times S minus A times S minus B. Oh, that should be parentheses here. Times S minus C. And that's how you calculate the area. I'm going to be using methods here. Okay. So that's what my plan for this assignment. And I use the scanner. In the last one, I'll use the JO option pen. Import dot. Oh, I had it backward. Java X dot swing dot JO option pen. Here we go. Semicolon. So I'm going to ask for the sides, and I'm going to validate them, make sure the value is really a positive number. So let me ask for the side, and from there we'll go and validate the value. But I'm going to create a method. Instead of me saying please enter the value for side 1 and read side 1, please enter the value for side 2 and read side 2, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do 1. Here we go. So this is method to get the 3 sides. So public static. It could be a decimal value here, you know. If I use a float that uses less decimal places than double, let's go with what? Get number. And I don't like what I'm doing here, but I'll come back and doctor this a little bit. I'll explain to you. So here we go. Do string t equals dot show input dialog. And now we're going to put enter the value of the side. Oh, enter the value of the side. And now we're going to take that value because it's a float. I need to convert that. There's going to be a string. The number I'm going to read. So float num has to be the same to equals, and float, I need to parse it now, dot parse float, and whatever in t, whatever you have in t, parse it. And now you have to return the value to the main program, because you asking for the value, but you want to give it to the main program. That's when you put the return. Return the number. So now when I go and I type in, I want to get side 1 here in the main program, I'm going to define float. They have to be the same type. Side 1 equals, and now I'm going to call the method. The method's called get number. Notice there's nothing inside that because this one doesn't expect anything. So when you get side 1, then you want to get side 2, you retype it. Command V, retype it again, Command V again, and that'll be side 2 and side 3. That'll give you the 3 sides. Instead of typing get this, read this, parse it, do the same thing for side 2, then you can use this method. It looks like I have an extra one of these here somehow. I must have typed in, did I? Nope. That's the, looks like something is missing here. Let me just look and see. Return num. What's that error there? While, oh, do while. I forgot the while. I'm sorry. While. I got to validate this. I forgot I need to validate it. While what? Repeat this question while the number is less than 0. Because if the number is less than or equal to 0, you don't have a triangle. Now, what's wrong with this, because that's inside a loop, you're redefining num multiple times. So take that out. And now you have to define it at the beginning of this before you enter the loop. Float num. You can't redefine the variable 10 times, 20 times. That doesn't work. You can only define it once. So that's why you can't have it inside the loop. So now when you run this, you're going to get the 3 sides. Enter the value for this of the side, I don't know, 5 or 4. Enter the value of the side, 7. Enter the value of the side, that's 9. If somebody comes into the room, they think something wrong with my program. It keeps asking the same thing. And what about if you have a lot of values? You tend to forget which value you entered. So I'm going to fix this. As I said, I don't like the way it is. I'm going to put 1 here. I'm going to put 2 here. I'm going to put 3 here. Just taking the extra space out. I don't need the space. If you leave it, that's fine. The error I'm getting, because now I'm sending a number. That means this one here, the method, should expect an integer value. We'll call it n. I should let them know there's a number coming with each one of them. So why do I want to send a number? Because now I can say enter the value for side 1 plus n. So enter the value for side 1, enter the value for side 2, enter the value for side 3. And that's much better programming than enter the value. Notice enter the value for side 1, 15. Enter the value for side 2, that's 6. Enter the value for side 3, that's 17. So we get the sides. Now we need to make sure that these sides actually, if you put them together, they make a triangle. Remember, in a triangle, there is no way one side will be longer than the sum of the other two sides. So let's validate the three sides. So we're going to do a method that will validate the three sides. We'll tell them if that's yes, that's a triangle, or no, that's not a triangle. So that's a true, false, that's Boolean. So here I'm going to validate that we have a triangle. So Boolean is, I'll make it lowercase, is triangle. You can give it a name you want to. I'm calling this is triangle. It's equal to a method I'm going to write. Let's give the method a name. Let's call the method is or yes or check triangle. Check for triangle. Check to see if you have a triangle. Any name you want to. Check for a triangle. Well, if you're going to check that, you need to send all three sides with you. S1, S2, and S3. Now I'm getting a syntax error because they don't know what check for triangle means. You can type the method above this or below this because I'm short on space and I want you to see it. I'll put it above this one. Doesn't really matter where. So here we go. Method to validate a triangle. So here we go. Public static. This is Boolean. It's going to return true, false. The name of the method is what? Check for triangle. And it's expecting three numbers from me, all float. Float A, you can call them anything you want to, float B, and float C. So it's expecting three numbers. So the value of S1, notice it matches this one. It's both type A. So the number in S1 will go into A, side 2 will go into B, and side 3 will go into C. Now curly bracket to begin the method, curly bracket to close it. Public static, let's see if public static Boolean. Oh, I know why the error, because I didn't say return. I know why. Because in the bottom I got to return my answer. So now I was wondering why it's giving me that. So I'm going to check to see if what? If x is less than y plus z and y is less than, oh, I use a and b. You know what? Let's do x, y, and z. Because I just started using x, y, and z. That's easier to fix there. And while y is less than, what? X plus z, and z is less than x plus y. If all these are true, then return true. Else, return false. Oh. So that will tell me if we have a triangle or not. If the sum of if no one side can be longer than the sum of the other two sides. So I'm making sure that's the case. So when you come back from this one, from this method, this guy here will have a value either true or false. And now I want to calculate the area. Let's calculate the area. So let me do the method to compute the area, then we'll decide how we're going to do it. Well, to calculate the area, method to calculate area. Public static double is going to return the answer to the main program. I'm doing a lot of methods here just to practice. Double, and what should we call it? Compute area. And if you're going to compute the area, you're going to have you better give them the three sides. S1, comma, S2, comma, S3. You have to send all three sides with you. And this one's going to take the three sides, curly bracket to open, curly bracket to close it. Float, because these all float, side S is equal to, you know what, not here. Actually, I'm going to call this my mistake here, because that's the method. This is float A, float B, and float C. I can use S1, S2. I try not to, because I want you to see the difference. So S is going to be, here we go, A plus B plus C divided by 2. That's why I put up there. That's what S is equal to. See it up there? So I want to stick with that look there. Divided by 2. And now float area equals math, because I use the function square root, dot sqrt, the square root of what? S times, you have to put the asterisk for multiplications, S minus A times S minus B times S minus C. Let's make sure everything, I have enough parentheses here. Oh, I know what the mistake is. All these math functions require actually a double for this to be defined, not a float. They have to be double. And now let's return the area. Oh, I use lowercase. So that's my method. It's going to actually calculate the area for me. Well, before I calculate the area, I want the main program to see if what? If is triangle. If what we have for the triangle, if that's actually equals true, that means yes, we do have a triangle, then go ahead and calculate the area. Double, because I'm returning that value. Double, it has to match the value I'm returning. I am returning a double value. The area is double. That's what I'm returning. So this has to be double. Double A equals. And now you call the method compute area, and you give it the three sides, side 1, side 2, and side 3. If it's not, else well, don't you want to show the answer too? So we'll show the answer. Else, cis O, you can say, well, sorry, the three sides don't make a triangle. Well, I forgot to show you the answer here. So curly bracket to begin, because you're doing more than one line here. Curly bracket to close this. And maybe I'll do one more thing here. And I go cis O. I'll do print with format just to keep practicing. The area of the triangle is percent. I'm going to give you decimal value. How many decimal places you want? 3 decimal places? You really can't put 3.3 because it doesn't make any sense, because that means 3 decimal places, the decimal point, that's 4. But as I said before, Java will say, you don't know what you're talking, I'm going to help you. Plus the area. And if we did this correctly, we should actually validate and do everything it's supposed to do. Let's save it and run it. Let's see. Enter side 1. Negative 50. No, can't. 15. Enter side 2. 0. No, you can't. Yep. Sides don't make a triangle. Let's run it again. Enter side 1, 15. Enter side 2, 22. Enter side 3, 14. They do make a triangle. Where's my error here? The area of a triangle is... So it made it as far as this one. It didn't like that format. Let me just take a quick peek at it. Go to the next line here, /n2. That's not the problem. Percent. Let's put 5.3. I don't know if that's the problem. 8, 15, and 12. So I'm getting a syntax error here. Let's see what the problem here. Compute area. I don't need this one because I'm not even using that. Let's see. S equals A plus B plus C. Double area equals math.square root S times S minus A times S minus B times S minus C. Return. Double area equals compute area S1, S2, S3. I don't see the only thing I see here, exception in the thread min. It doesn't like that printf, I bet you. Why? I don't know. I don't see it. But let me just take that and make it print line. Print line. If I do that, I don't need this one now. The area is, because that's just the format. Let's see if it gives me the answer, if that's the error. But that's the only place I can see it. So enter side 1, 7, side 2, 8, side 3 is 9. And the area of the triangle is 26. So what doesn't like about print F there? A is double. Double is always percent. Let me try it again. Percent, let's say this number, 3 decimal places, that's 6.3. I'm going to use F. Then go to the next line. Let me try it again, because I don't see anything wrong with it. Print F. Print with format. This is not our first time using printf, so I don't know. Yep, something wrong with this, and I really don't see it. So I'll go with printl for now. I'll make the next one with printf because I don't see it, and I don't want to just hold the video trying to find out where that is. I know I'm getting tired. That's like my 7th video today. And it does print. And if you don't like this, they want to round it, you can go int, you can do your own rounding. Parentheses int. How many decimal places you want? 3. Multiply it by 1,000 and take that divided by 1,000. Yep. And that will actually make it 3 decimal places. But I'm not sure, to be honest with you, why that one. int. Oh, this one should be outside here. int 8 times 1,000. Let's try that. See if 3 decimal places, 7, 8, 9. And here's the answer, 26.832. But I have no idea why the printf there is not working now, so I'll leave it. Now I'll stop there, try to keep my video short.